I never would have dreamed in a million years I'd see so many heckin' people that feel the same as me, who share the same views and the same exact beliefs. It's like a heckin' army marching in back of me. So many lives I've touched, so much anger aimed in no particular direction. Just sprays and plays through your radio waves and plays and stays stuck in your head for days and days. Who would have thought standing? Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Vivi Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. And before we get started, I do have a little bit to go over. I do have a bunch of stuff to do, but we do have Vivi Las Vegas. We have Star Helix. We have Kyle Willson. We have Wendy Stibalis. We have Golden Assets, and we have Puddin' Cheeks on YouTube. So Vivi Las Vegas and Puddin' Cheeks are relatively new. Puddin' Cheeks has one video out and is great. Puddin' Cheeks is great on Discord, great on Twitter. His most recent video has just discussed basically using math and the blockchain. He's describing how much money can be put into Vivi and like how much is put into Vivi. Also, I think I have a. Oh yeah, that's much better. That's much better. So he discusses what that out of all of the, and I won't give away the whole video, but as of the entire year of 2021, 50% of those gems were bought in December, that last month. And I would like to think that we have a good amount here, a good amount that has been spent in January so far. If you can tell by that thumbnail, I have a decent amount put there as well. I just spent a little bit, and that'll get into my next purchase. Golden Assets, I'm sorry, not Golden Assets. Vivi Las Vegas doesn't have anything on YouTube right now, but they will soon. So, oh, no, I didn't forget cheeks. Oh, Fu got cheeks. Yes, I got cheeks on the fridge now. The price now for the fridge is 2 common alligator Lokis. It was a Tropicana, but then Tropicana mooned over $100, and I was like, okay, that's not really too fair. I mean, if I get like 100 people wanting, then I'll have to raise the price. But for right now, it's just 2 alligator Lokis. I'll keep it under $100, and I'll go from there. So, what I've been looking at, and what that Comics and Crypto had mentioned to me a couple of times, there was something on the when I had gotten Storm, and when you look at my post, where I got a rare Storm number 69. I was like, nice. And what I decided to do was post that, and Comics and Crypto sent out a link, and the link was for, oh no, that's Flurona, that's a different one. The link is for Marvel just introduced a new Black Panther. It was by comicbook.com. It was, and they're pretty well known for their, accuracy. And this was made yesterday, and I only learned about it today. So again, this article came out yesterday, January 4th, 2022. And it says that Marvel has just introduced a new Black Panther. Although to be fair, there's a familiar face that will be taking up the mantle, once held by T'Challa and his sister Shuri. The new Black Panther has just been introduced in Marvel's new time-bending series, Timeless. And I won't really go over too much of the stuff. It has to do with Kang the Conqueror, and he's, the next big bad in the MCU, and that's great. But apparently, Marvel's Omega-level mutant Weather Witch, Storm, will be the new Black Panther. So I was like, oh, girl. Yeah, Storm is going to be the new Black Panther. It appears to be, in the comics, anyway. I don't think this is what they're doing with the movie, but it could be. Who knows? But basically, it goes on that there's a Russian writer working on a supervillain book, and Kang wants to show the scholar that Doctor Doom is not the greatest villain of his era, but it actually is someone who is beyond time, which is Doctor Doom. But long story short, one monitor in Kang's gallery of screens looks to the future of Earth, noting that there will be a war which gives humanity dominion over Earth, and that the fallout of this will see old icons fall, while the brave honor the sacrifices and those in their hearts. Now, that line of monologue hangs over a panel that shows Black Panther and Spider-Man operating in New York City. But take a look at, I don't know if I can, if you take a look super up close, Spider-Man doesn't have long red hair, and T'Challa doesn't have long white hair. Who is that? That's most likely Mary Jane Watson, and that is most likely Storm. Now, it's made clear from that, and I was like, okay, so I sold a couple of things. As you guys know, I have 5 Secret Rare Storm. This is my next 5-figure purchase here, and it won't go without some sacrifice. I've been toying with the idea of selling my Harley Quinn for a while, and taking that Harley Quinn, and I was gonna buy up the ultra rare Throgs, but that's too late now. Those have been absolutely just been dominating the ultra rare Throgs. They went from like 275 or 245 to 275, and they're up over $400, which is just bananas. So that's not something that I want to do anymore. Since that mooned, a couple of other things, like, I already have 12 Secret Rare Alligator Loki, and I now have 7 of the Ultra Rare Alligator Lokis. Although I buy more and they still keep going down, so I'm not 100% sure how that's working. I think that, so the next thing that I'm doing is Storm. Now, I've already purchased, out of the 5 Secret Rare Storm, 3 of them are sub 100. So I have about 7 to 8 grand worth of Storm already, not including the 1,000 that I put into the other ones. Altogether, there were probably another 1,000. So let's say between 8 and 9,000, say 8,500. So I actually don't have that much more to do the 5-figure bet, but I will. I don't know if I'm going to sell Harley Quinn. I sold my Ultraman set, so I no longer have the Ultraman set. I only had one left, and I sold that to get the Storm. I put in a couple of gems. So let me know what you think about that. If she's going to be in the Black Panther movie, Wakanda Forever, and you even see in the rare, which is what I got. It's the Queen of Wakanda, because she was married to T'Challa for a time. So it's Queen of Wakanda. So there's a couple of cool stories with them, and when they did get married, it was really. She was like one of the most important public figureheads in the world because she's a mutant, and she was also Queen of Wakanda. She was liaison for Wakanda for the rest of the world, and she's also a mutant. But then long story short, it was an issue with Jean Grey and T'Challa being like, that's a world threat right there, and she was, but it was something that had to do with Tony Stark. Tony Stark, it should be a villain at this point. He messed with something, behind Civil War, behind a bunch of these things. And they started fighting Storm and T'Challa. And, Storm's an Omega level mutant. Control the weather, like a world-ending actual stuff. But in this event, T'Challa basically takes the weather away. And, she's been trained by T'Challa. She's been trained by Wolverine. She's like this badass fighter. But she's still no match for T'Challa. And they get divorced. Their marriage is null. And, she throws the ring on the ground. But then things get better. And she goes to Wakanda a couple more times after that, and the things are fine. She's got good relationships with Shuri and the Queen and T'Challa's mom. But yeah, I'm just letting you know this is the next big thing I'm doing. I don't know when. Please don't raise the price up before I get there. I'll keep you posted. So let's go to the comments here. Milham says, "What up, Randy?" He says, "I'd be first." You are. What's up, Ethan? You've been here for a lot of these lately. Insane says, "Hello, everyone." And the Thing Didani says, "Let's do it, Randy." What's up, Thing Didani? Peter Hoye says, "Hello from Sydney." Oh my God, I love you. I love. I can't wait to go to Australia, and I can't wait to go to the Australia Zoo and visit the Irwins. I'm hoping that when I can do that, when I can go visit, that I can bring a hefty donation. Be like, "Hi, the real Randy Chavez offer you this donation for your zoo." Yeah. Diogo says, "What's up? How's it going, man? Hope you're doing well." Says, "I don't have any collectibles for you to FOMO today. I love your content. Keep it up. Watching from Portugal." Meow, meow, meow. Very good, very good. Fabian Perez, give me a smile. Peter says, "What's up, Randy? What's going on?" Oh, also, Dr. Prophet has a bunch of Secret Rare Storm. And again, now, the whales that do have things, like, Mr. Pags and Lewis Morgan, you do see them having stuff up for sale, but they're not really up for sale. No one's going to pay $5 million for some of their stuff. They're just flexing. And with that, Dr. Profit doesn't have anything up for sale. I don't think. Um, you know, and that is the risk you run. Where I mentioned in my last video, my riskiest versus my, like safest investments. You have Secret Alligator Loki. He's got like a good amount of the supply by himself, like 5% of the supply by himself, and he could dump at any time. But he doesn't need to. The dude's definitely a decamillionaire, if not higher. Probably a lot higher. Again, the dude had 100 waltz. I don't know how many he has now. I imagine he's bought more since, but yeah. People like that don't need to liquidate. Robert M, what's going on? Ray Grenade says, "What's up, Chavez? Fool, yo, what's going on?" Insane says, "Dick." Ricky Britt says, "Hello from Queensland, Australia. Building up my Australia peeps. How y'all doing?" Ray Grenade says, "Fool got cheeks." Yeah, I got cheeks. Hilo says, "Buying the dip as we speak." Oh, you buying that Omi dip? You buying that Omi dip? Get that bread. Matthew Berry says, "Man, the Coke Uncommon had a little pump today. Very good. Very good." Vivi Vibes, what's up, y'all? Matthew Berry says, "What up, Vibes?" Justin said, "I'm watching the abyss, and the word crypto popped up on screen when you went live." Is that goat? Or is that a goat? Is that a ram? Or is it like Matrix stuff? I don't know. Matthew Berry says, "How many Coke globes do you have?" I don't have any. And says, "Thanks for sharing your thoughts." Yeah. I thought this was important to go and say, like, okay, well, this is my next big move. Is probably gonna. And again, the risk with this is that they haven't come out and said, "Oh, hey, you know what? You're playing Storm." They haven't come out. If you go and you Google Wakanda Forever, they actually don't have someone that's playing Storm. Like that, it's not there. Like I'm sure the person that is there, and they might have her as like, "Oh, you're playing, someone else," but then she's actually playing Storm. It could be that, but there is a small chance that she's not in Wakanda Forever. We all pretty sure she's gonna be, but there's a small chance that it's not. But based on that, and again, they made her an Omega level mutant recently, and she has this really Death Battle's doing a Death Battle they do versus like they did like Rainbow Dash versus Starscream. They did Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie. They I don't know why I'm telling My Little Ponies, but they're doing or I think they already did a Korra from Legend of Korra versus Storm, which is absolutely idiotic. Storm's gonna wipe the floor with her. She could like freeze her in a second if she wanted to. And again, like it was really badass when what's his name, that Nomad Airbender guy gets a what do you call it? He draws the breath and air out of Korra's lungs. But Storm can do that in an instant. She could take that out easily. So I'm really happy about this. Tony Rouse has sold one of my 2 walls to get a reso, and I'm happy. But now I have another question. Yes, Tony, give me your question. All of your question belong to me. Yeah, okay, good. Don't have any other. What is there? And let's see what we got here. Insane says, I still think Ultraman is so undervalued because we all in the West, we don't know how big of a deal he is in Asia. Apparently he's very, very big. Like, very, very big. But I don't have a... that's one of the things that, I don't know anything about Ultraman. And I don't want to try to pretend to, like, play games here and, be like, try to pretend to do that. That's why I never really messed with comics that much. A couple of comics I know pretty well, but that is like 1% of 1% of 1% of the knowledge that Sleep and Comics have, and comics and crypto. So yeah. But yeah, it probably will be, and probably make good money on it. But I feel like now a lot of people can make good money, regardless of what they buy into. Pixel Trader says, think Throg will get back to 700 again? He was at 700? The floor keeps getting brought up when I look. There's no way. Was he at 700 at one point? Am I, like, tripping? I don't know. 414 now, which is nice. He was like 200 something for a while, like 285. But I did not believe that he was 700. That's insane. Something I have been watching closely is the Harley Quinn and the Joker first appearance. These guys are, I think, in my opinion, something that will that some of the money will spill over from Batman season 1 and go into 2 and 3, and those are the ones. It might take a while, but I think those are the ones that'll they'll be $1,000 at some point. Maybe not now, because the Todd is doing a little bit of a breather. He's doing a break, and there's 69 Eddie Riso Batmans right now. I guess people trying to take some profit, so it was like 13.999, and then there's 13.7, 13.6, 13.5. So there's a couple more that have been listed, and a couple of buddies of mine that have been debating about trying to get another one. So the Harley Quinn Black, White, and Red, I told a buddy of mine that, like, listen, I do want to sell her, but it's just there's something that's keeping me from doing so. She was down 10.3 before, like literally earlier this morning. Now she's at 11.9. So if I go and sell her at like 10.9 or 10.5, give or take, that would probably sell. But if I wait, and this is kind of a big if I wait, this thing that's 11.9, it goes up to 13.5. So if I wait and for the 11.9 to be bought up and it goes to 13.5, then I could put it up at 11.5 or 12 and get like an extra couple $1,000, give or take. I think that'd be really swell. So that's my mind on the market. But also, like, Storm has 3 times as many mints, and it's worth like, I don't even know what Storm is worth right now. I think she did go down. She was up for a little while, and then she went down. Oh, she says 1625 now. Jesus. Oh my God. Are you guys buying this right in front of me? I swear she was like 1300 before. Man. That is not what I was expecting. Although I should have expected that. Yeah, I probably should have bought her before I told y'all my intentions. I mean, I guess I did before. When I bought. Oh Jesus. So now finally, that number 97 is actually more properly rated at 3.9K. Yeah, that's more properly rated. It wasn't before when she was at like 1300, but now it is. Man, what the fudge? Okay, so now that the ultra rare shot up to 330. So let me see. I don't have that many gems. I might sell my Homer. I might not. So 330. So let's say times 4 is 4. So it's 1420, give or take. There's only one, number 80. The ultra rare number 82 is the only one that seems to be worth it. But the number, yeah, there's no sub 50 for the ultra rare. We got a super chat going on here. Said Karen Kramer says, "Hey Randy, off topic, but have they ever spoken about a profile badge or collectible based on what season/month you made your account?" I think they might have something for OG users that joined in 2020, like November, December of that year before 2021 started. But I could be remembering that wrong. You'll have badges like if you own like every Harley Quinn set or every Batman set or something like that, you might get a badge for that. But But I don't think you'll get a badge for. I don't think you'd be able to get a badge for when you joined. I actually looked the other day. I downloaded the app before I ever bought anything in like February. I downloaded. I forget who told me about it, but I didn't cover it. I think it was when I actually found out about Omi, or I was looking at Omi for Earth 2. But yeah, I wish I had more information. Sorry, Karen. Where was I before this? Vibes, thanks for sharing your thoughts. Oh, no problem. Tony Rods. Oh yeah, he said that. Tony Rod says, "Should I sell my second Walt for a Todd in the 800s edition and an ultra rare Spidey for first appearance 500s edition, or should I keep the Walt?" So if you say you would sell a Walt to get a Todd in the 800s, and then you could also get an ultra rare Spider-Man first appearance in the 500s. Should I keep the Walt? there have been not insane predictions. It's just the time. Like I have no doubt that the first appearance or that first Batman set will reach 100 grand. I have no doubt. But when is that going to happen? Is it going to happen in 3 months from now? Or is that going to happen in like a year and a half? I think when we get Omida NFT, and again, a lot of this the timeline. I don't say a lot because this will happen eventually, but the timeline hinges on Friday. Hey, Friday. I mean, when they say they could now Friday could be nothing. It could be a nothing burger, and they could go on the AMA and say, yeah, we're launching a lot more MTL accounts, and we're unfreezing others, and doing this and that. And it could be nothing, and we'd be fine, be stagnant. But I think that they could also say, hey, guess what? End of January, that token swap is going to be done, and early February is going to be the or they could even say, hey, we've started the token swap, and we'll get exchanges end of January, early February. They could go and say that, and just it's going to be great. It's going to be insane. Omi would moon, or not yet. It would just get a little bump. And they could also say, hey guys, because of X, Y, and Z, we have to delay a little while. Delay MTL, they'd have to delay this, and it could be disastrous. But there's a question again. Let me look at when would that moon? And I really do think that that Walt, I don't know if they're ever going to have another Walt. They'll have a bunch of Mickey, I think. Steamboat Mickey, Steamboat Willie, but are they going to have another Walt? Him by himself, maybe? I don't think so. I mean, Batman, you have so many Batman to choose from. But the Walt, it's really hard to say. Now, let's picture that Walt is, let's say, Lugia, who is crazy expensive. The most expensive in the first... Actually, the most expensive BGS and PSA 10 in the second generation. In that Neo Genesis box set. But it's just that first edition Charizard. Like, he's a Charizard. He's a god. He's a legendary. That first edition Charizard. I really do think that the Todd and the Riso are probably the way to go. So if you say Todd and an Ultra Rare Spider-Man, that does diversify you a little bit. And I think somebody mentioned, I forget who it was, but they mentioned in the future how the type of rarity of Spider-Man in the future won't really matter. Like the secret rare, you're not going to see be affordable. The ultra rare probably won't be affordable. But the rare, common, and ultra rare, they might even out, because at that point you just want a Spider-Man. The common's worth more than the uncommon, but the rare is like $700. So with the rare, we got Mr. Pags here. So somebody that got scammed yesterday got their stuff back this morning. Yes, I heard. Thank God. If you go to Spider-Man, that rare crept up. I thought that was like $400. I looked at it before. I was like, damn, $723. Because but I was also looking at the common, and I thought that was like $300, but that's $400 something. The uncommon's the only one that's under $4, right? Yeah, it's $345. At some point, those will be a little bit mixed, and people are just going to want, what they want. They'll even out because they just want a Spider-Man. They don't care which one it is. So the ultra rare, currently it was $444. Well, if you get one, you can get a Todd, and you can get that, and you might even be able to get something else. Oh no, I'm sorry, because they're 3-digit ones. 800, 500 editions. I don't have a Walt. I have 2 Risos. I don't have multiple Spider-Man, though, and I like Spider-Man more. That's just again, I like Spider-Man more, but I just feel like the investment of the Riso is just going to be huge. I mean, that Riso and Todd are going to be just bananas. Musketeer says, yo, Randy, if you had 600 gems, what would you buy right now? Ultra Rare Storm? Dabs. Well, I did. I bought the, that 600 that you see in the, and I'll show you right now on my transactions for my gems. That $600 was what I got Secret Rare Storm number 69. Not Secret Rare. I'm sorry. And it wasn't even ultra rare. It was a rare Storm. number 69. So it wasn't even animated. I probably shouldn't have done that. I just saw it was 69. Like, oh, bye. So I had to do it. Yeah, I had to do it. Now, at some point, because, I think if I don't want to sell the Harley Quinn, because there's only 500 of her, and with 500 of her, that's just such a flex. And I know as soon as I sell her, she's going to go to like 20 grand, and there's going to be this whole thing. Oh, yeah, if you have one, you're invited to, Margot Robbie's house or whatever, and it'd be like, fudge. I know that's what's going to happen. I don't know why my nose is so... I don't do drugs, I swear. Well, I mean, not that type of drugs. John M. says, he can't have my wall. AT says, hope you're tracking each of the NFTs you sell on Vivi as each transaction is a taxable event. If it's profitable, yeah. And I don't have to worry about that till next year, so... AT says, since each transaction is one gem, $1, as well as only underlying token, transactions need to be tracking it in a spreadsheet, regardless of Vivi not having a CVS file to download. That's for next year's Chavez to worry about. Devin at Dagobah Outpost says, hello from Las Vegas! Buy the dip! What did we dip down to? It was 5.8 at one point, but Bitcoin took a dump, so let's see what we got on the Bit4X. Oh, I don't even have I'm not even on the Wi-Fi. No wonder my stuff's going slow. Alright, so we go to the Bit4X, and let's see. Take a look-see at what... 5.7. Alright, so we got... Oh, alright, so what could we go down to? I don't know. This would be a good time to buy the dip, if I had money. I feel like Timmy Turner's dad. This would be a good time, if I had one! Justin's bullish. Skybuilder Gaming says, why is crypto down? So the Fed had said today that they are probably going to raise interest rates a little sooner than they expected, and everyone just had a knee-jerk reaction, and Wales was like, oh, this is a good time. It's a good time to dump and have everyone freak out. So that's what they're doing, which is pretty smart, to be honest. Also, my knee is going to die here. Ah, my God. I knew that was going to happen. Oof. All right, I can't do that anymore. John M. says, is Vivi actually taxable for the year of 2021? Nobody can even cash out. Yeah, this one, it is technically a taxable event, but or I guess last year it was too. But I'm not even gonna give financial advice for that. I don't give financial advice anyway. I'm not gonna give it. I'm not gonna get into that. Insane says, but it's the same with I can't trade things I don't understand. FE first edition. I don't really dig Spider-Man. Sorry, so I can't trade him because I can't even understand his value. Insane. All right, so let me try to break down Insane's argument. I can't trade things I don't understand. First edition, I don't really dig stuff. Because I can't even... So, well, that's the thing, though. That's just my preference, why I don't want to trade Ultraman and try to buy it, because I don't know... Again, that's just my preference. Like, if somebody says, why should I buy your Ultraman? Oh, because it's really big in Asia. And I know he is, but I don't really know the... I don't really know the whole story. I feel like a poser almost, and I know that's an irrational thought. I know that's an irrational feeling. Chavez, you're not a poser. You bought something because it's undervalued, and it would moon, and now you're selling it. So I get it. I don't know why my mind just thinks that way, and it better not just take the conversation away. Like I could picture people being like, you don't even know anything about him. You just want money. Fair point. That's what it would be. So that's why I kind of want to take that away from other people as well. Like, I want to take away that argument. Anthony Sfronte says, hanging up on my girl to chat with Randy. Oh, God. D Supreme says, buy Avengers number 47 secret rare. Wait, the Avengers it's not a secret rare. But we do have a super chat from Stidwack saying, Randy, Russo or Walt, and why? Meow. Okay. Walt is great. Walt is cool. Walt is fantastic. First appearance is a double first appearance. Well, technically Bart and Homer were the first double first appearance, but this is the first double first appearance too. You have something that's really iconic. It is a real statue in real life. Well, so is Eddie Russo Batman, but It's at the park. Yeah, I think Wendy and Trevor, they recreated the photo because Trevor's so tall and Wendy's so small. Um, yeah, I think like people like propose to their girlfriends for that, so it's very iconic. And I really want to give as many good points to Walt because I'm about to murder him. No, um, I have two Risos. I don't have a Walt. Only going to be one first set ever, and I mean, I get it. You're going to want the first of the first. You're going to want the Todd because he's the first of the first. And at some point, you're right. At some point, you're going to be like, hey, the if I have $100,000 and I could get a Riso and then like maybe one or two other things, or I can get like two Todds. Hot diggity, I'm gonna get two Todds. Because maybe the Todd's only like $35,000 at some point, or at that point, I don't know. I mean, if they 10x from here, there's a big freaking if, and Riso gets to like 130,000, and the Todd gets to 40,000. It's a lot easier to get Todds at that point. But in Pokemon, like, okay, well, what's the first Pokemon? Is it Arceus? Is it back in the day? There was no Arceus, so there was Mew, there was Bulbasaur, and there was Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn was the first one that was drawn. Bulbasaur is first in the Pokedex. Do people like love that card? Yeah, of course they do. It's first edition PO10 is valuable and it's a starter, but people did not in Pokemon. They did not care about what technically came first. They just liked the one that was cooler. And Todd looks really cool. They both look cool, even though I like the Riso better. Again, there's a reason why I have two Risos and only one Todd and no Waltz. There's a lot less of Riso. He's part of the first set. There's a lot less of Riso than Waltz. And I'm not saying Walt is overvalued. I think, like I said, there can be 2 million millionaires, and they can all get two Waltz. There's 2 million millionaires, they can get two Waltz. But they cannot all get one Riso. So the Riso, by a factor of that, should be a lot higher, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that because, Batman is more popular than all of Disney. He's not. Although he's very popular. I'm saying that because it's that first set, and you need that. And again, that's going to be a flex. Why am I having such a hard time selling my Harley? Because that's a flex. Like, I know that I can go and get another like 8 or so secret rare storms, and those secret rare storms should probably be about a third of what Harley Quinn is. Why? Because that Harley Quinn isn't animated. It's not a first appearance, and it's not Storm. But with 3 times more mints, she should be about a third the value, because she is a first appearance. She is animated, and it's a secret rare instead of an ultra rare. So I think she can probably get to maybe like 27, 20, maybe almost 3K, based on what Harley is right now. Now Harley can go to 20K just because things happen and whatever. But I say Riso. So Stidwak, the Riso, just because it's the first of the first. It's a lot of layers with that. It looks awesome. There's not a lot of them, so that's just my opinion on why I said that. Now we got, you know what I'm saying? Can't have my Walt. Bullish, crypto down. Okay. Anthony Svante says, hanging up my girl to chat with me. Thanks, man. Yeah, Avengers number 47. There's. Oh, you mean the comic book Avengers 47 Secret Rare? I'm good for now. The only comic book, the only secret rare comic books I have is Fantastic Four number 1 and Fantastic Four number 5. I probably should do more. And Insane says, yeah, 3 days ago, Throg was. Oh no! You said Throg 750. It was 750 3 days after the drop. Okay, yeah, I think I remember buying it for like 600, and then just completely dipped. I was like, oh man, rough times. Matthew Barry says, my friend sold one for 800 when it came out. Damn. Vivi Vibe says, yeah, Throg was at 700 gems in the early days. We'd love to see a Throg versus Alligator Loki NFT battle. Oh, dude, that'd be great. I really do want a bunch of them to guard my castle in the Vivi verse. That'd be great. That actually that'd be pretty. Um, I don't know what to do with it, but they've had X-Men versus Avengers in the past, and X-Men just wipes the floor with them because they're so powerful. But that'd be fun to have, like, how in like in one of the tennis matches in like early Nintendo, Mario's the referee, and you even have that in you have that in Mike Tyson's Punch Out also. Mario's the referee. So I would really like to see something where Alligator Loki's the referee. I think that'd be really cool. Insane says, your body language talking about Harley says don't sell, but just a guess. Don't take seriously. Yeah, I don't want to. I can smell the opportunity with Storm in the future. Again, that could take months. The movie doesn't come out until November. And there's a decent chance that we don't even see her in the trailers. Why? Well, because in the trailers, we didn't see Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire, but they're in Spider-Man. So I think that because they're... And again, it could go and it could bomb. It could wind up being this, like, this movie could just be not good. T'Challa's not there, and it could just be not the same. But that Harley Quinn is just such a flex. That 500 people in the world, actually less than that, probably 460 in the world can ever get her. That is an exclusive club. Vivi Vibes says, yeah, Throg was... Oh, Derp, I just read that. And Kieran Kramer says, hey, Randy, off topic. It was spoken about profile badge based on what season/month you made your account. They might have one for season 1 now. That's jogging my memory. But what month? I don't know. I don't think so. I hope so, because I actually made mine in February. But yeah, again, we'll see. I forgot my Patreon member shout out. Oh no. 30 minutes. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be. Crashed on the floor when I moved in. It was a little bungalow with some strange new friends. Stay up too late and I'm too thin. We promised each other it's till the end. We were singing empty bottles, just the 5 of us. Pretty-eyed boys, girls died of trust. You're going way too fast. It's all too sweet to last. To my voice. Storm got respect, says Peter Hoyt. Yeah, she's finally getting some respect. Mr. Pat. Oh, wow. Wow. So a buddy of mine's going for, a buddy of mine's going for a secret rare. I won't say which one. Well, I guess I can grab it. I guess I can not talk him out of it. I can say because it's a private deal. A buddy of mine's wife has Storm Secret Rare 45, and I have Secret Rare 43. There's no way he's gonna go and buy that. I don't know if I should have told him that, because I have mine up for 35K. There's no way he's buying that for 35K. I really hope he doesn't buy that for 35K. That is more of a flex. We need dip. So I'm gonna respect. Yeah, it's a nice dip for Omi. General 69 says Glassjaw, best band out of Long Island. Glassjaw was, again, we mentioned Mike Tyson's Punch Out before. He's he's just the first person that you fight. He's really easy. But the best band out of Long Island is probably Bayside, and you can guess where they're from. They're from Bayside, and they're really good. I've seen them a couple of times. They are... Warped Tour tribute band is really good too, but again, they're a tribute band. The actual one is Bayside. Bayside is like, they're so good. They're Warped Tour a bunch of times. I love them. B-Boy Steve's, I bought more Omi today because I'm hoping that they have good news. I think they might. Again, they could have the best news. There's still very few ways for people to buy. I actually got a buddy of mine to buy some today, but he's going to buy some in like 10 days when he gets paid. Not this Friday, next Friday. They are... What do you call it? They again, Omi won't moon until we get on more exchanges. Again, probably February, but it could be sooner. But I'd say about a month. Until then, I still think Omi can go like this, but who knows? BYC is a Baltimore. Oh, derp, just read that. Doctor Strange says Vision of Disorder. Doctor Strange. Love you, man. I don't know what Vision of Disorder is. Then O says a crypto winter that cuts Omi in half would be interesting. Wouldn't necessarily mean less interest/activity in the Vivi app itself, which means burns would be insane. Omi seems inevitable. I was actually thinking of doing a video on that, and I might do that later. On, could a crypto winter be really good for Omi? And Omi goes down. Could you imagine if Omi goes down to like 0.0015 again, and then we're just burning like a mother flapper? Oh, that'd be insane. Short term, that would suck, but long term. Peter says, that's me, son of Vivi, and your buddy who got scammed for RESO 185. Yes, they got, you got your money back, right? Yes, very good. The scammer came back, it's all good now. I'm glad that's all good. And Brandy Babe, hi, how you doing? BK Mark says, how do you buy a Komi? So you can buy Omi by pretty much Bit4X. Bit4X is a... Oh, hang on. I see that. Sneaking dog. Buddy mine says, I see that. I have number 43. I have a... Yeah, you go to Bit4X. So just YouTube, how to buy Omi. There's a whole bunch of people that have a whole bunch of videos. Just do any one of those. You do it with Bitcoin, you could do it with XLM, that you have to transfer over to Bit4X. Whichever way, it's really good. I put most of my net worth in it. Abdulahmed Sadiq says, I would trade that RESO for a partner statue if you have 2 RESOs. I can't. That is not my... I do not think that would be wise. And now, again, both of them are winners. Both of them are going to continue to go up. I just think that the RESO one will go up higher, just because that first RESO. Yeah. Whole Owl says, oh, I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. That's what you walked in. Well, because I had like an itch in my nose, and I was like, I kept like doing this, like I just did a line. I was like, no. I had to just confirm with people that I didn't do them. Halal, you're great. Don't ever change. Steve says, I did buy into the dip. Oh, very good. Abdelhamid Sadiq says, don't tell Harley Quinn that will moon. Yeah, I don't think I can. So like I said, I had a conversation with a friend, and the conversation I had with the friend is that he was asking me about Harley Quinn, and I went to it, and I was like, all right, listen, there is a chance, but only a fool's chance. All right, there we go. Sorry to quote Gandalf in here, but there is a chance that we get a run up for Harley Quinn, because she hasn't really moved in weeks, and everything else is done a giant shoot up. She's been between 9 and 11K. This one she's finally at 11,999, so she's basically 12. And again, once that gets bought, it goes to 13K. And how many people are like me that have one, and then they say, oh, they see the next one is 13.5, and then go to 13, then 12.5, and so I don't know. I ideally I would like, this was at 25 before, then it moved to 26, and now there's 24 available. I really would like to. But again, we'll see. Does Storm go to 3K before Harley goes to 20K? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But again, I wouldn't just buy Storms. I would buy a couple of Storms, and then I'd maybe buy another Secret Rare Alligator Loki, give or take. And a couple of the Ultra Rares too. I think those are undervalued. Peter says, buy the dip. Wendy, what's up, Wendy? Says, Randy, passing by to send you a lot of good luck for you. Oh, dude, thank you so much. Justin says, Nancy Pelosi's husband is making a killing. Nancy Pelosi's husband, for those that don't know, is like a stock trader, and Nancy Pelosi is obviously in Congress and is privy to all the laws that are going to be passed. So the husband just makes an absolute killing, like an absolute, murders it. because they do illegal stuff. General 69 says, to those saying selling NFTs is a taxable event, clearly don't understand taxes or finance. Buying play money gems and selling for play money gems isn't a taxable event. Cashing out is an event. Ha 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 ha. Thank you so much, General 69. I did not want to be the one to say anything, partly because I don't fully understand it, but also partly because I didn't want to. That might also depend on where you live, wouldn't it? Or I don't know. That is not my forte. Karen Kramer says, can you say hi to my girlfriend? Hey, Ruby. Okay, all right, hang on. Hey, Ruby, let Kieran put all his money into Vivi and Omi. I promise you. You want that ring, girl? This is how you get this ring. I don't cook. I don't clean. Let me tell you how I got this ring. How do you get that ring? You let him put all of his money into Omi and Vivi collectibles. Do you want like a gumball machine ring, or do you want a car on your hand? Do you want to be like, oh, the single lady? No, it's the wrong song. You want a car. You want to put a hole in someone's face if you punch them from the size of your ring. That's what you want. And how do you get that, girl? How do you get that? How do you go into work with a giant 5-pound rock on your finger? You let your husband invest all of the money that both of y'all have into a Komi. Omi, NFTs, don't matter. Again, just my opinion. Not financial advice, of course. Of course. You know, I hope, Kieran, I hope she heard that. I wasn't too late with that. I was only 20 minutes. Hi Gwyn says, what Omi did 5%? Yeah, it dipped a little bit, but it dipped under 6, which is nice if you want to accumulate it more, which I should. Sky Builder Games, thanks for the response. I heart love you. Thank you. Gary says, good evening, Randy. Good evening, Gary. Justin says, Gerald 69, right? Laughing. Abdelhamad Sadiq says, can there be an unlimited amount of first edition of Batman different series? I mean, if they're different artists and they're different Batman, I guess. There's not really unlimited, though. There's only a limited amount of Batman. I mean, there's a lot, but yeah, only a limited. But yeah, that's a good question. Good question. And Stidwax says, Randy, Russo or Walt, and why? It's the Russo. Eddie, definitely the Russo. I'm... Walt is great and probably a blue chip, and it will continue to grow. But the Russo, again, that's going to be a flex. More so because there's less than half of them than there are Waltz. And again, that first set. I cannot recommend that first set more. Ow. BK Mark 360 says, in the first edition, imagine when the second and third comes out. People want to buy the first and hold. Agreed. Diogo Pereira says, I bought the 4 uncommon Ultraman. You reversed me. Appreciate value. Yes. We did a nice little cross trade. And saying to that, Tony Rod, we can trade a Walt for a Todd in the 800s. Is that what it... That shouldn't be it. Or you mean a Walt for a Riso? No, because a Todd in the 800s doesn't really make sense. There's 168, so there's 57. There should be a 3-digit one that doesn't... It should not be the price of a Walt. Yeah, you can get 904 for 89. And I know it's not the 800, it's the 904, but you can get that for 8,900. Which is, and you can get, 693 for 10.8. So I would get that. I would not trade a Walt for 8 something to that. And then Cervantes says, man, it's tough looking at the market with all these prices. Having my collection, but so many things I wanted before this happened. Praying for a dip this year. A lot of people are saying that MTL might cause a dip, and it might. So you might get your chance there. But I really think when Pokemon is announced that you're going to see everything. I don't want to say get cut in half. Some things might go more than that. But something like, look at the Becky Cloonan Batman. That went to like 2,900 last night. And then earlier today is at like 2,100. Actually, what's she at now? I gotta look at this. I gotta take a gander. No, 2,200 now. But still, it lost $800. It lost so much. Or 700, I'm sorry. It lost a lot. Now, granted, she was under 1,000 not that long ago, so, I get it. The Joe Maduro Batman was up to like 1,600, down to 1,000 now. So, again, that just a lot of whale games. The Harley Quinn before The Harley Quinn had first appearance was at like 60 something. I bought it 610. It went shot up to over 700, down to 585 now. I might get a couple of her. But yeah, like I said, just some well games being played. Again, long term, none of this will really matter. Long term, this is something that'll we'll be doing real good with. Insane says there will be 100% a blue Todd. A David Yu will make him special. Will he be more valuable than the Todd we got? Hard to say. There will be one of ones. There will be crazy rare stuff, and I think that those will be in a category of its own. I think. I don't think it'll affect the prices of what we have now. Insane says there will be 100. Oh, Dirt, I just read that. John M. just thoughts on Saturday's drop this weekend ahead. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try. If it's a blind box, maybe I won't, or maybe I will still. But if it's like, oh, I'm gonna go for the rare or ultra, whatever they have, I'll try that. I won't collect the set though. I don't know, some of them look cool, but we'll get to medium article I think on Friday, which will be exciting. Hot Killer says, no way, insane, you're insane. Hot Killer says, John Sell. What was he talking about? I don't even know. Demo N says, so I purchased a rare Throg 365, which represents Throg's first appearance in the comic. It does, yeah, good point. And it's his number on the jar in the Loki series. Do you think that adds value to a future sale when Throg starts pumping? I think we have to wait for comic book people to get in before that value is added in. But yes, I do. But again, right now, certain mint numbers that should have value cooked into them. They don't, because the people that would value that aren't in yet, but they will. So that I think that's a good one. Yeah. Excuse me. Top Kill says probably yes, Demo, but you need to clarify what that number is important in order to sell it for higher. Well, yeah, he just said that's the mint. I'm sorry, that's not the mint number. That is the number that where you see his first appearance in the comics, the issue number. Diogo says, I started on Vivi on the 420. I hope I get a special badge. I hope so too. That'd be great. 420 blaze it. I think on June 9th, 4:20 p.m. because before 12. No, it's got to be 4:20:69. I don't know how to do that in time. 4:20:69. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I guess 69 4:20. So I guess at 4:20 p.m. on June 9th, we should probably do something special. I don't smoke, so I'm not going to do anything, but we can make a meme. You know how they had a group on Facebook years ago? Be like, let's all gather in Washington Square Park and scream like Goku. I was like, no one's going to go to that weird-ass event. And then you see at Washington Square Park on like March 10th, everyone going, ah, ah. And that was bananas. That was the craziest thing I ever. I didn't go. I didn't think anyone would be there. But I watched it on Facebook. It was like, they did it. They did it. It was great. That was great. That was a start, man. That was the start of good things in our lifetime. Tyler says, Randy, any updates on the new fire coin you mentioned? The Dashi coin? You mean the actual fire coin? No. Person was supposed to email me. It's been like not a week. It's been a couple days now. I haven't gotten an email, so I'll keep you all posted on the fire coin. That could definitely be interesting in the future. I haven't done it. I haven't invested anything yet, but I will keep you all posted on that. M says, are Labbits gonna... Oh, I missed Aaron Nye saying, you see the white backstab Labbit did tonight? Went from 1,500 to 3,500 in less than an hour. Next one after 3.5 was 4K. Got down to only 10 left on the market. Jesus. I don't know why my knee is gonna die. I'm very sad that I sold that not too long ago. Now I sold it so I can get a reso, and I got one at 7,200. It's gone up quite a bit. Isn't that from the second set? The second series? If I'm not mistaken, I go to the brands, and I try to go to the Labbits. Yeah, the white one's from Series 2. I wonder why they would choose that as opposed to the black one. The black one, the ultra rare, well, that's still 2K, but that's Series 1. I don't know why. Is that like a racial thing? Is that like, yeah, let's get the white one? And I don't know. It's cute. It's cute. Oh, it's down to 2,400 now, so it's, yeah. We got another super chat from Giovanni Day. Say, friendly reminder, likes are free. 0.99, y'all. Free 99. Help your homie out by liking the YouTube stream. P.S. Hey, Randy. Hope all is well. Beer on me. Dude, thanks, brother. I heart you. I heart you so much. Yes, I smashed the like button. Did I? Did I smash the like button? I did not. I'm watching my own video, and I did not smash the like button. But there it is. So thank you for reminding me to smash my own like button. I can't believe I didn't do that. I'm such a tart. Oh God, where was I? All right, send that to Ruby. Okay. Appreciate the value. Man, I forget where I was. I'm so sorry, guys. I was a Throg. Our lab is going to be breedable this year. I don't know if it'll be this year, but at some point they will. Frank Kozak wants actually to breed with the extra larges. Like, you know how in Pokemon, Wailord can breed with Skitty, and it makes absolutely zero sense, but they can breed. Kozak wants the Labbits to be able to breed with the extra larges, the gorillas, the Harambes. I had a black one. Like, I had the Harambe looking one. I'm gonna get one again, because when Omi moons, I'm gonna get a couple, because Harambe. But it might not be this year. It might be next year, but it will be at some point. Call R says, I love Marvel, but the Throg and the Loki alligators, big pass for me. That is 100% okay. Not everything is for everyone. It is definitely a very, very niche following. Like, that is a niche. Most people don't know who the pet Avengers are. They don't know. They don't even, like, Young Avengers is something that hasn't even been introduced in the MCU yet. It will soon, but yeah, a lot of these things are a little out there for some people. Like, I don't know if many people knew, Thor or Guardians of the Galaxy before the Marvel. So, I mean, they probably knew Thor. But yeah. So, like, a lot of these things, people are being introduced to for the first time. Now, the alligator Loki has been introduced, at least and I guess so it was Throg, in the MCU and with Loki, but Throg didn't have any lines. There was a deleted scene where Loki actually gets the crap beaten out of him by Throg, by a Chris Hemsworth version of Throg, and he's just like, oh, you're supposed to hear like Chris Hemsworth doing the Mjolnir, and you're supposed to hear him do that, and it was insane. But it was just a deleted scene, and they didn't, so there's no footage of it. Oh, I would love footage of that. M says, Spider-Man Ultra Rare or Todd? Oh, man. Oh, that's a good one. So, the bread and butter would definitely be the Secret Rare Spider-Man. That's probably going to be the best one. Actually, that increased a little bit. It was 32 something, but then someone bought the 32 something, or someone just they delisted it, and I really wish they really need something that, like a transaction sale that you can see. But now it's 34K, so that's the floor if you want one, and then or the 38. So the big bread and butter, the big one, that the big flex is going to be that Spider-Man Secret Rare animated. And when people can't get that, again, it's already that, like, if you make $34,000 a year, you're in the 1% in the world. Like, in the world. A lot of, like, the woke people don't really want to have that conversation because they dislike the 1%. But when you widen the scope and realize, oh, actually, if you make that and you have electricity in a house, you're in the 1%. But anyway, I digress. I don't want to get too into the socioeconomics of the world. That's out of reach for most people, and as that becomes out of reach for most, again, I can't buy it right now. If I sell some Omi, I can. I'm not selling some Omi. Maybe I'll get another one when Omi moons and we have Omi to NFT. But if that's like $100,000 at that point, I don't know if I want to get one. I would much rather at that time, because I already have one, get some of the new Pokemon ones. If we are able to at that time. But so when you can no longer get that, and I've seen this before in Pokemon, if you can't get the first edition PSA 10 because it's out of reach, well, what do? You get the 9, and they start growing. And actually, outside of the secret rare and ultra rare alligator Loki that no longer do that thing, the Storms, the Deadpools, the Captain Americas, they all follow the thing of, hey, if the secret rare sells for about 4x of what the ultra rare sells for, and you don't get that with the ultra rare Spider-Man. It's because it's so big right now. That's what she said. The difference is so huge that the ultra rare hasn't been able to catch up, and it might not ever again, because so many people are going to want that. Like, the first edition PSA 10 Charizard from base set, a couple $100,000. You can get the PSA 9 for like 20,000. So, yeah. I think that the ultra rare will still definitely has a lot of room to catch up, and that will close the gap. But say that versus Todd. I like Spider-Man better, but the Todd is probably the better investment as opposed to the ultra rare Spider-Man. So I hope M, you enjoyed that analysis. Speaking of, somebody mentioned Long Island bands before. We're gonna do a 1 hour Patreon member shout out. It's gonna be, you made a mess of things, my, what a mess you made. I hate the way you make me feel. I hate the way you make me. And your world is cold outside, so button up and open wide. I hate the way you make me feel sick, sick, sick. Oh God, such a good song. Such a good song. Yeah, so even Adelaide said the Todd. He just answered that quick. I did not. I had to take some long thought explanation. Call Arsa Glass Joe? I don't know who Glass Joe is. When I think Glass Joe, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is going to be on Disney Plus in December. Groot might get a pump then. Well, there's also the I Am Groot series that's going to come out. So you have Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you have the I Am Groot series, and you have the holiday special. So yeah, there's a lot of things that could happen. Someone's asking me for Supergirl. No, if you want to get a Supergirl, there is a set called DC Cover Girls, and she is and the Supergirl. So a buddy of mine's asking me, saying like, hey, should I get the Supergirl? And if you like it, you like it. But I'm telling him no. If you want a Supergirl, there's a set called DC Cover Girls, and the Supergirl in that set is the one you want. But since you're in that set now, check out the Wonder Woman. She is good too. All right, moving on here. Anthony Cervantes says, yo, WTF, Marty's hoverboard jumped 100 in an hour. It was 130 an hour ago, and it's 250. Very sad I sold that set. That's incredible. That's absolutely bananas. Again, I don't. Is Wales playing the games? Is it just like, hey, it's a time? Maybe it's that time. It's that time. For anybody who's Randy, did you see the old video with Dan and Crypto Crow basically saying Lord of the Rings is going to show up? I think we pretty much knew, well, not that we knew, not that we know, but we're pretty sure. There's still Labyrinth, Jim Henson, all that stuff. There's still Jurassic Park. There's still Fast and Furious. There's so much amazing stuff. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Lord of the Rings. Taco says whale bought, probably, maybe. Justin said 1 cent in March. If we're on exchanges in February, 2 cents in February. Taco says 0.7 in March. That would mean 7 cents, or that would mean 70 cents. 70 cents is way too much, I think. Even for the year. But I do think that 7 cents in March is a lot. It's possible. If we get, let's say 2 to 3 cents in February, when people are just starting to get their footing and then the FOMO sets in, yeah, March, 5 to 8 cents maybe? Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Demo N says, Tugger, thanks. I wish you could add clarification or notes to market listings. Yeah. Tugger says, your only option is to go to a Discord to sell it if they have a special chat designated to it, or spam the Vivi free. I don't know what you're all talking about. Peter says, I just bought 3 million Omi. Let's go! Let's get this bread! Let's get it! Billfinger says, I remember seeing Todd for $400 when Spider-Man dropped, but at the time I didn't have the cash. Actually, I bought my Todd for 4 something. Let's take a look-see here. What did I buy it at? I think it was for 482. 442. I bought my Todd for 442. Good times, man. Good times. John Peterson, do you think the ultra rare Ritmo is undervalued? Jetlyn Peterson. I think a lot of the stuff on the app is undervalued. So I don't know how to. I think a lot of it is undervalued. I need to brush my hair. Oh god. I don't know about that one specifically. That one was animated. I don't know if it still is. Like where you press it and then it goes, yeah. If you're able to ride on those, like drive around, like, hey, put your avatar on a horse and then yeah, maybe. Not a ton of them. I might get them in the future. I like ponies. I like animals, Kurt says, hey, Randy, Happy New Year, brother. Hope you're doing well. Kurt, my man, hope you're doing well, too. Shinobi8 says, what's up, Randy? Do you already have a design in mind for your Viviverse home? I want it to look gothic. I want it to look like, those old school black Victorian houses. I have designs for a couple of things. They haven't really said anything, but I want weather. Is there icy stuff? Okay, cool. Well, take my Abominable Snowman or my Yeti and take my Elsa. They should be in the ice stuff. Oh, it's a hot safari? I want Lion King. Take my Simba. Take my Scar, my Mufasa. I know we don't have those yet, but that's something that might cause a gem squeeze too. Lion King. Oh my god, Simba? Oh, Mufasa. Oh, dude, if they have Mufasa with James Earl Jones, like, Simba. Like, oh my goodness, that'd be great. I really hope they have it from the old cartoon though. I like the new one with Beyonce and the not Jon Stewart, like Seth Rogen and John Oliver. I watched it and it was good, but it wasn't the same. But yeah, so I would want. If we have ghost stuff, if we have a creepy setting, I want some Ghostbuster stuff there. I want some ghost type Pokemon. I want Ghastly and Haunter and Gengar. I want things to be kind of with their own stuff. I do want an Avengers Tower because I have all the Marvel stuff. So I do want that, and maybe an X-Men thing as well if they're going to get one of those. But there's no actual designs to the interior of the house. That might get not complicated. I'll have a little better of an idea when we're able to get those high mint stuff that we can use our points for. Milhams has bought another 50,000 Omi in the dip. Keep piling up. Get that bread. It's good. Very good. Moises Montes says, do you think the Sorcerer's Hat is Mickey's first appearance? I don't think so, no. Diogo says, Cthulhu and any other on those. I got a gold 141 and a jade 123. All right, any thoughts on the Cthulhu stuff? All right, let me go to, I don't even know what the brands would be. Not Cryptkins. Oh, Chaosium. There we go. Call of Cthulhu. Which one did you say? You got the jade and the gold? All right, so gold. Got 141. So it's 172 on the floor. Instead, you got 141. Here on the that is hard. Well, the gold 141 you have up there for 400. If you put it for 350, that might get sold. And the jade 123, and I'll get to that super chat 1 second. I'm sorry. Jade 123. Probably not that much higher than the floor. That's 139. 123 the jade. Not when I get it's cheaper than the 116, but not as cheap as the 135. I'd say if you put it at 550, it might have a better chance of getting sold. Emmanuel Bermani says, have you heard about the collab between the Omikongs and Frank Kazik? He'll airdrop custom NFT for King's owners, for the Kong's owners, and more for the entire set owners. Yes, I have heard about that, and that I can't wait for that. That sounds great. I don't have any of them, but at some point, that sounds really fun. And again, even if I don't get the airdrop because I don't have them or anything, I would want something like, I want to see the product. I want people to get excited. I want people to get free stuff. Because if you get for that, you become a customer like for life. If you get airdrop something that's worth hundreds of dollars, like, oh, look at that, just for owning stuff, I get free stuff. So yeah, I think that's really cool. I'm really excited for that, for people to stay on, and that incentivizes people just to collect more stuff. That disincentivizes people selling. I was like, oh, what if? So yeah, I think that's really cool. Now, where was I beforehand? Oh yeah, Milham buying 50,000 Omi. Okay, I'm back live. For a second, it was just reconnecting me, and it was reconnecting me for a while. I don't know why. Kurt says, in the process of selling all my golden moments, except for Walt, and going to pick up that reso. Then we'll go back and make some moves to pick them back later. I think that's a good move. I have been thinking that as well. I was going to sell my Harley Quinn. I was going to sell my Homer. And I didn't want to sell my Elsa. But I mean, if it's to get a resale, you do what you got to do. I was thinking about selling my Harley Quinn and my Superman and my Homer to get another resale. But now, Superman was at 3,000 and is at like 2,350 now. Why would I sell Superman down here when he was already 30,000? Or I'm sorry, 3,000. Lunacy. I do have two Harley Quinn. I have two the first appearances. I only have one Harley Quinn, the ultra rare. That one that's going for like almost 12K. It's wild that we're talking about these. Oh yeah, I got this one that's worth 5 figures. Like, that's insane. But for the resale, yeah, especially because reso's taken a dip. It was at like 15, almost 16K at one point, and it dipped down to, I don't even know what it is now, like 13.5, 13.449. So yeah, this is it's probably a pretty good time to go and do it. So figure with the 800 that I have, if I sell this Harley Quinn, let's say let's say put for 11K. So 11K, and you have the 2.5% you take off, so times 0.97. So let's say 10.6 plus the 8.6, so that's 11.6. That's I'm sorry, 11.4, and then Yeah, only 11.4. I would need to sell the Simpsons, Homer and Bart. Let's say I can get $600 out of that. So it's 11.4. It goes to 12. That's not a lot. It goes to 12. I would need to sell the Elsa, which Elsa, oh, it pumped up a bit. It's 1,200. So maybe I can get, 1,000 out of that. So it'd be like 13. I would also need to sell maybe the Avengers logo or the Iron Man, and then I could go and get another Risso. But it's so if you can do it, again, I'm thinking about doing this now. I'm thinking about doing that as well. Selling that Harley Quinn, but you know, I don't know. That's really rough. That's really hard to say. If he drops down to like 12K, yeah, I'll do it. But again, if you're going to do that, make sure you go and um, if you're going to go do that, make sure you can go and take have like 14 grand, like oversell, because while you're in the process of doing that, if it's like, all right, 13.4, and then suddenly a couple get picked up and now it's at 14.2, you're like, damn, now I have to sell something that I really don't want to sell, but I've come this far, and yeah, you don't want to get stuck with having a bunch of gems and nothing to buy. And then you have to buy everything that you sold at a higher price. That gets really hard. Um, but that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I think the golden moments are. If there was other stuff that you could sell, like if you had a bunch of sets of other stuff, like from a financial standpoint, that might be better. But yeah, I don't have all the golden moments. I have two Rissos. I don't have a pizza truck. I don't have a Wally. I don't have the skateboard. I don't have the Star Wars, and I love Star Wars. Nick Brett says, Chavez, what's going on? Tony Rod says, and the Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man's so good. Billy Bob Bitcoin says, we have comics and collectibles now, but what new categories do you think Vivi will add in the future? I think we'll have cards. I mean, when you open up the app, there's some things that says like, oh, this is Donatella, and you see the cards. I think that in the future, we'll have board games, we'll have cards, we'll have music. Dude, I think it would be really great if a Comey did like the honor, hey, for the first music NFT, and they release non-fungible wonderful. They won't do it, but that'd be epic. I mean, they might. I don't know. Just do it a favor. They would have to have like a bigger brand for it. Like, dude, if they had like Steve Aoki, could you imagine? Yeah, that I think we could have board games, or board games and card games and music. I think those things would be. And could you imagine if we had like little Pac-Man? We can get Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Sue. The four ghosts and Pac-Man, and we could play with them. I would be all over that. Miley Nikolsky says, hey Randy, how many season 1 black and white sets would you estimate are possible, considering some whales have more than 10 Rissos, some more than 20, etc. 1,500 sets, 1,300 sets. Yeah, I'd say maybe 1,500 sets, or a little bit over. Right now, I think there's about 1,500 people that have that set. Honestly, it's got to be less, because out of the 1,750, let's say the bottom 10 are taken, so 1,740. Dr. Profit has 100, so 1,640. I'm pretty sure Lewis Morgan has at least 5, so that is 1,635. And I have 2, but I might sell one at some point. But right now, I would say 1,500 is probably good. Is probably a good estimate currently. Mm-hmm. And I think that will lessen, or no, I think that'll go. I think at some point you will have that will grow more. Even if there's 1,300, it'll grow to 1,500. At some point, people are like, all right, I don't need 2 of these. I'll take one for profit. That will happen. Nick Brett says, I mean, James Bond ticket was only 7. That's a good point. But nobody really wanted I don't know if there's any confirmed sales of those James Bond tickets. B-Boy Steve says the new secret rare car deals can do very well, in my opinion. Oh, dude, that'd be great. Dude, a '67 Chevy Impala from like Supernatural. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'd go ham on that. 1972 Vista. Could you imagine if we had like Clint Eastwood and we got like Gran Torino? Like, oh, sick car, sick car. Totally awesome. Hey Randy, Happy New Year to you. What's your goal for 2022? Um, I think the goal would be to accelerate the advent of conservation for animals, and to really get started on the philanthropic work. I need to I need Omi to moon, but it'll happen at some point. That is the goal, to really start on those projects. Um, Buy land in Madagascar, or at least set up the foundation. Again, when Omi's 5 cents, I'm $6 million. I could, but I would really rather go and wait until Omi's like $1, or start like 10 cents before I start really selling and making all those purchases. Me Home says Happy New Year to everyone. Randy, when Pokemon for Dummies YouTube series? I'm familiar, but would be very interested in your intro to Pokemon. Well, thank you for the super chat. And it really depends on what comes out. I didn't want to make it until actually. So I had a video the other day that I made, and it was what common and secret rare Pokemon could go for on the Vivi app. And this was based off of the potential mint numbers on what they could be. And basically what I gathered is that if you want, like, these are for kids. Like, Spider-Man is for everyone, adults and kids. But Pokemon, well, I guess Pokemon's adults and kids too. If you're in your late 20s, early 30s, like I am, you really like Pokemon. And what I thought is that we would need minimum of 100,000 if we have just the starters: Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, and maybe Eevee. But those starters, if we have those, even those four, they would have to have minimum 100,000 mints each, because they'll, again, what's Spider-Man at right now? The Spider-Man commons at $400 something. The poor little Rodrigo, Spanish kid where parents can't rub two nickels together. How are they supposed to get $400? How are they supposed to do that? Can't. I really think they should want to make it fair. I think these might be the ones where you should probably get, because like when I think Charizard, if they have like a line, let's say they just do evolutions, and they say, okay, here's the Squirtle, 100,000 Squirtle, here's the War Turtle, here's let's say 40,000 War Turtle, and here is Charizard, 10,000 Charizard. Or I'm sorry, 10,000 Blastoise. I don't know why I said Charizard. That's still not enough. I mean, if they had 1,000, like they did with Spider-Man, they had 1,000 Charizard. I know Spider-Man is the most popular superhero. Charizard is like the most popular card. Like, you could make the argument that the Illustrator Pikachu is the most valuable card, but that's just because of that limited release, and that's just because of that. There's like 9 of them. Like maybe 30 were released or something, and like 9 of them are out there in total. But Charizard is just 1,000 is not enough. 1,000 would go higher than, and if we have Omi to NFT by that time, $100,000 right off the bat. So they would need something like 5,000, like even for a secret rare, because I would get a bunch. I would get a bunch. Even if they have 100,000 Pikachu, I bet you that goes to a couple $100, because I'd try to buy 1% and try to buy that. I don't think I could. But if they had 50,000 Pikachu, I'd buy 500, which is 1%. It would cost me $100,000, give or take, but I'd do it. Yeah, and that's just my opinion. So anyway, me home. But that's just speculation. If they have, once we know the mints, once we know, they could be cards that they come out with first. And if they do that, I'd really want to know more information about what they have before I tailor my videos. So that's why. Where was I beforehand? Okay. The Omi Bromi says, I got myself an entire season 1 black and white Batman set, so you can't say at least one. LOL. Can't stop checking the prices. Yeah, dude, good for you. So you can say at least one. Happy for you, man. That set will be $100,000 within 2 years, if not this year. That set that has the potential to be $100,000 this year. If we have Omi to NFT, again, you have a 1 out of 10,000 Women of the World NFT that sold 20 hours ago from Logan Paul to Sandbox. Sandbox bought it from Logan Paul for $752,000. And that Woman of the World NFT is one of like 10,000. Now, granted, they're all like differently unique in certain ways because one woman has long flowing hair and the other one has like a neck brace or something, and the hands are doing something different. But it's just different. It is just different. What you have is a, and again, it was bought for like 200 ETH. Take a tenth of that. Get 75K, put that in there. You buy up a bunch of that. There's a bunch of people that are going to go and do that. So I think, once people have the ability to take their ETH and to buy Omi and then to buy a bunch of this stuff, no question, we get a meteoric rise. So Omi Bromi, I think by the end of the year, it could possibly be a $100,000 set. Giovanni Day, this friendly reminder, likes are free. Oh, thank you for that super chat also. And yeah, likes are free 99. Help your Omi homie out by liking this YouTube stream. P.S. Hey, Randy, hope all is well. Beer on me. Thanks, man. Nick Brett says, Randy, when Omi moons, you can create a Dashi coin, and it will for sure pump. Plus, try to use it as your digital currency in Chaveztopia. That would be epic. That's a really good idea. So I talked about this with a couple of people. And for the Dashi coin, I really need to learn more about it because I do want to give it utility. I just don't want to be like random coin. Oh, hey, look at that. It's cool. I do want to be a coin. I want to be something like maybe like a video game or something. And also maybe if you get the coin, you get like a free copy of like a book that I write in the future. But I think like it would give you like maybe I'll make like 100 of them. And if you have one, it can, as the NFT, it could be if you have one, and you hold it for like a month or a year or whatever it is, I don't know. You get like a dinner with me, and I pay for a meal and a drink. So something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do, how to do it yet. But it's going to be a Dashi coin. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a difference between the NFT and then a crypto that I would make, which is, again, I really need to learn more about it. David Perez says, Backstab Thornton Lab at 2,000. Yeah, apparently it was like 3,000 before. Romain M says, you have the appearance of an ancient time, but the vision of a man of the future. Is that a caveman reference? Thank you, Romain. And that sounds really deep. Like, I could picture like an old school Obi-Wan Kenobi says, you have the appearance of an ancient time, but the vision of a man of the future. Like, I could picture like old Obi-Wan Kenobi saying that. AR Bollywood Banger says, Billy, the Funko Pop are well known on wax, but they just don't hold that Vivi hype just yet. Interesting. Canadian says, OMG, the blue bar under the magazines show the percentage they've read. Do you know what that means? Yeah, pretty much that. It just shows you where, what you've read. I don't think that's permanent. They got a lot of pushback when they said, oh yeah, comics will degrade after a time. I don't think that's, they got a lot of pushback on that. I don't think they're going to go through with that. Oh God, hiccups. Yeah. So I think we'll be fine. I'm fine with that. Again, I think that's mostly okay, and I wouldn't worry about that until further notice. So I got a flash of a message, and it said, "Storm on the move." Oh, whew. Maybe that is old news because Storm was at like 15, 1600. Now it's at 14, so it's fine. Storm can go down because I need to buy some more at some point. Let's see the ultra rares have increased like $100 the last week. Went from 230 to 330. Yeah, that Queen of Wakanda one I really like. I really like that Queen of Wakanda one. Halal says Dolce jumped from 50 to 70 today. Oh damn, that's since this morning. So this morning I was asked on stream, do I still like Stellina? And I looked at it, I was like, well, Stellina and Dolce might be, because they were the ones that they had around the same mints that were available, and they were around the same price. I really gotta watch what not that I watch what I say, I just, I didn't even go for that. Like, I do, like, if I want to manipulate markets, I do it the complete opposite way. I tell people what I'm going to do before I do it, and like, oh, all right, it winds up costing me money. I didn't even do that. Brendan Z says, love these streams, Randy. Thank you so much. I did have somebody before say that they watch everything that I do under 20 minutes, so I am going to try to make a lot more videos as well that are under 20 minutes, because, people can't watch the 3.5, 4-hour streams. We are going to have a 90-minute Patreon member shout-out. Women on their knees, living in a carousel that tearing at the seams. A dank reject, a devil in a dress, exactly what you see. Hit sick, sick, sick. Hit sick, sick, sick. Bow. You made a mess of things, my, what a mess you made. I hate the way you make me feel, I hate the way you make me. And your world is cold outside, so button up. There was another part of that song that I meant to sing, and then I sang part of it, I messed it up. But before I keep going, intermission, everyone check out Vivi Las Vegas, Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, Kyle Willson, Golden Assets, and Puddin' Cheeks on YouTube. And at Not Star Helix, at Hey David Don, at EQ_crypto on Twitter. Y'all are great. How many active users on Vivi in 1 year from now? I think by the end of the year we have 20 million active users. Don't at me. And thanks, Brendan Z. Ape has been sent and says, hey Randy, quick question. What t-shirt do you wear underneath your hoodie? This one is strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir. Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra, Cobra, Cobra Kai. Actually, I think I have I think there's a snake on the back. Right? Yep. Yeah, Cobra Kai. Yeah. Okay, I'm going now. I can't move. I can't walk. Alright. So that is what I have. Emmanuel Barmani says, have you heard about the collab between Omi Khan's and Frank Kozik? Yes, I have. He'll airdrop custom NFTs for owners. I can't wait for that. Anything that's good for the community is good for the hobby, is good for Chavez, because that just brings growth to the community. Nabil M says, will Omi founder unlocks impact the price? Maybe a little bit. That's usually a source of FUD. When that happens, you do tend to see a little bit of whale manipulation. It's all temporary though. So again, I don't really worry about it. Brendan Z says, how do you enter that, Emmanuel? I don't even know. Adam Awesomeface says, next gen squeeze, Jurassic Park. I would be absolutely over the moon. Like, I would be in my... But I don't think it would be. Because Star Trek wasn't... there's a couple of things that I expected that would have caused a gem squeeze, and it didn't. A bunch of things didn't. And Jurassic Park, I love Jurassic Park. And the movie that comes out this year might make $1 billion. The first one did swimmingly, amazingly well. But the cast for the returning one is at the old school stuff. You have all of the old cast returning. And I really think that that's gonna affect the moviegoers. And I think this movie, with this much hype, and you have Jurassic Park coming out with that, I think it'll do really well. But especially at that time, because when's Jurassic Park come out? Let's take a look. See here. Jurassic Park film. Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. These are Jurassic World, right? Okay. It comes out this year, in June. So by the time this comes out in June, let's say even they announce it in May. It's like, hey, next month we're going to come out with a really cool NFT, Jurassic Park. At that point, MTL's already pretty much rolled out all the way. We have Omi to NFT. I don't really see that much of a squeeze for Jurassic Park at that time, especially if we have Pokemon by that time. If we don't have it, then yeah, maybe it's something like, okay, well, guess we're not getting Pokemon, so I might as well get excited about something. Again, I think the NFTs do really well. I've been excited about that since I heard of it. But I just really don't see a gem. Again, I could be 100% wrong, but I just don't see a huge gem squeeze for it. James Bond, I was expecting a little something for, and that really wasn't much. And the Star Trek, same thing. I was expecting a lot for, and it wasn't much. So I love Jurassic Park, but yeah, I don't expect to gem unless they come out with it like soon. Even then, I don't know. Digital Sniper says, this guy has so much stamina. Keep up the great work. Why, thank you. So something else I was looking at, I lost a bit of weight, and I was wondering, like, what if because I went to the gym, not today, it was yesterday, and I lost a bit of weight, but I hadn't been doing anything crazy. And then I remember that, oh, hey, I remembered a study that Robert Sapolsky did. I didn't know his name, but I remember that back in like the 80s or something, he had done a study of chess players, like grandmaster chess players, like really good ones. They're saying like, oh, hey, they could actually burn up to 6,000 calories a day, because these people that were playing these tournaments, they were losing, like, at the end of like a 10-day stretch, like, 15, 20 pounds. Like, why are these guys losing so much weight? And it's because you're not really moving muscles, but because you're thinking. Like when you're sitting on the couch and just vegging like Netflix, you're not really thinking. You're just vegging. But if you're answering questions, and now again, I'm not really doing complex issues and thinking like 15 steps ahead, but I am answering questions and I am using my brain, and a lot of times I'm doing math and I'm trying to figure out formulas and patterns, and even when I'm not on here, I am sitting there. So yeah, I have to eat a lot, eating a lot. To keep up the energy. But thank you for noticing, Digital Snipers. Emmanuel Bermani says, have I heard about the Omi? Yeah, the Omicons and Frank Kozik. Thank you for the super chat. 100%. I'm very, very excited for that. Frank Kozik seems to be the man. Jazer says, yo, what up? Splint says, hey, Randy, just noticed my Iron Man is mint 616. What you see that value at? Thanks. I know there was one person that was collecting those numbers, and if I had one, I'd keep it. And for those that don't know, the 616 universe is the universe that the MCU is in, or at least that what most comic books are in. The mainstream comic book 616. I don't know if they had said. I think in Spider-Man Far From Home with Mysterio they had mentioned it, but I don't know if that was canon because he was lying the whole time. I think it would give it a premium. I don't know how much though. You would. There's no metric for that. Like the sub 100s, there's patterns, and that's easy to see because I look at them so much. But the 616, there's just not enough data. You can try to put it 3x the price and see what goes on, but that could be wildly undervalued, or it could sit there for months. I don't know. Kurt says, not airdrop will be a private sale. Oh, okay, private sale. Interesting. Manuel says, Brandon, you need to contact the Omikongs on Twitter and send them your username. Nice. I need to have an extra large ape. Because it doesn't matter which rarity. Very nice. Brenzy says, I've got the very last minted extra large. What? 1388. Oh my god, dude, good for you. I love those last mints. Vivi Vibes has 3 Throgs ultra rares or a secret rare alligator Loki? Well, I think the secret rare alligator Loki is worth a bit more than 3 ultra rares, but let me go and give it a shot here. Let's go with the Throg, ultra rare. Yeah, I don't think they're. Yeah, 386. There's these are going down. So you would actually need 4 of these, almost 5 of them. So let's say 386 times 4. Let's do some math here. Say that. So we get the times 4. So the 1200 plus the 86. What are we doing it times 4? So that'd be 320 plus the 6 times 4, so 344. So 12 plus 344 is 1544. So the secret rare alligator Loki would have to be 1544 for that to be right, and it might be because there's 41 on sale now. Oh my God, that's down to 1100. Oh my God! 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 All right, hang on. All right, what am I selling? Please, guys, do not buy this. Please, guys, do not buy this. Do not buy this from me, please. Do not buy this from me, please. I have to sell something before I buy this. Oh, I hate it when people... Oh, it's 1100 and then they put 1199. At that point, I might just get a lower mint and get 13 something. Oh, man. I don't know if I want to do that then. I am going to... Okay. I had my Homer and Bart on there for $6.99. I just took it off. And, oh, man. I really do want that secret rare alligator Loki for 1200. Because, again, these were at 1700. But I thought I was getting it for 11. And again, I hate it when people do like, oh, it's 1100, then you look, it's 1199. Like at that point, if that Homer would have sell in time, I would have gotten the Vegan Man 1300 one, because there's 1330, and I would pay that extra $131 because heck, Manny 732. I would have done that, but I didn't do it. Right now, I would, again, because people were... Well, I mean, at one point, people were paying 700 something for the Throgs. You know, and that's... Well, I guess 750 people were paying for the Throgs, which is double what is going on right now with the Throgs. And the secret rare alligator Lokis have only ever been up to like 1800. So... I don't know. I would say, honestly, probably the Throgs. The only thing that kind of works against them is they're not animated. And if they're not animated, then that is something that might give a little bit of a point to the alligator Loki. Again, and you all know I love alligator Lokis, but who knows? Manuel says, nice. Jake Donald says, thanks for the comic today. Oh, yes, of course. You won the giveaway. Billy Bob Bitcoin says, I was late. What is a 5-figure purchase? It's pretty much going to be combined. Like, I didn't spend $10,000 on one secret rare alligator Loki. In my most recent video, I said, hey, I have 2 5-figure purchases. One was, a combination of my alligator Lokis, and the other was the Eddie Risso Batman. Now, the Eddie Risso Batman, I bought one for like $3,000, and I bought another for like $7,200. So it's a 5-figure purchase put together. And the alligator Lokis I spent about $10,000 on, so it's a 5-figure purchase. The next one is Storm. I have 5 secret rares. 3 of them are sub 100, and I'll get another one, or I will get more, because between that, the rare sub 100 and the other ones, I've spent about 8,500, give or take. So I'd really only need to buy another secret rare Storm, and then, but the 5-figure purchase is basically the accumulation of all the Storms, on one bet. So that's what it was. LM said, do you think golden moments are good long-term hold? Yeah. The first Disney NFTs, they probably are. Yeah. Brandon Z says, Randy, what do you think I could get for the number 89 Bart skateboard? The show first aired in 89. So I'm going to ignore the 89 like it was first aired in '89, but because it's a sub 100, I could do this for as a rare. So then 6. Let's say 706 is 42. So figure about maybe about $4,200, give or take, for the sub 100. You said number 89, which again, which right now there is no sub 100 for $4,200, but it's close. Wait, Brendan Z, you got it? So, oh, Lily Z. Okay, is that all right? Anyway, I don't, because there's number 67 for 4,900, and there's number 59 for 4,400. And again, I said 4,200 for the sub 100, and if you get a sub 50, yeah, you probably multiply that by 3, so figure about 12.6. And if someone were to ask me right now, hey, I want to get a sub 100 skateboard, right now I think 59 is about properly rated, but the number 45 at 11.5 is a little bit more, just because it's a sub 50, and that's the only sub 50 that is under $40,000. But yeah, getting 59 for 44 is not a bad one. It's pretty popular, but number 89, like that right now, will probably only be worth around the floor 44, 4,500. I think in the future though, when people are like, hey, that's the year it was made. But honestly, at that point, you would probably people would probably try to get the actual year. They would get 1,989 to get that. Instead of just the 89. So I think the real value is that it's in a sub 100. So probably about $4,200, give or take, right now, based on the floor. Hoytrons, would you buy Becky or Superman now if you can afford only one? Superman. And I get it. Becky's part of the first set, but let me go and take a look. See here. The Becky Batman. How many people are like pumped to get to get it? Like, oh yeah, that one's my favorite. I think the Joe Maduro one looks more of like I don't know. That honestly, my favorite, the Eddie Rizzo and the Joe Maduro, are my favorites because they look like they're jacked, his muscles ripping through that. Todd McFarlane, you don't see the body, and Becky Cloonan's a little thin. So, but the Becky, let's see here. Yeah, 3,250 of them, and minus the 1,750, you got about 1,500 extra of the Becky that people aren't really gonna want or need after the complete. Because if you don't collect the set, if you can't collect the set, you're probably just gonna default to the Todd. Again, if you can. So these might get some spillovers. The Joe Maduro and the Becky Cloonan, but I don't know if they'll get. I would rather get a Superman. And again, if it's Becky or Superman, like two Beckys or a Superman. Yeah, Superman's up a little bit, 2450. It was down 2350. Yeah, I'd probably get the Superman. Yeah, if it's just one Becky or one Superman, definitely Superman. And we get Kurt. And thanks, brother. I'll do that. Cost of not picking it up at 6K. Haha. Now I have to make moves to get more to get it. I feel ya. And me home saying Happy New Year to everyone. Randy, when Pokemon for Dummies YouTube series? I'm familiar, but I would have to be very interested in your intro to Pokemon. So a couple days ago, I did do a speculation video on what Pokemon prices could be based on some speculative mint numbers. And that's if they do like figurines, and that's if they're maybe not animated. If we get an animated Charizard blowing, if that is 1,000 mints. Again, I don't think that would be the secret. I think it's going to be very hard. If they were to do let's say the Kripkins had 12, right? Let's say they had 12. If Kripkins had 12, and you have, let's say we would have 4 commons, we'd have 3 rares, we'd have 3 secret rares, and then I'm sorry. 3 commons, 3 rares, 3 ultra rares, and 1 secret rare. This is what they do for Pokemon. The 4 commons would be the starters. Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander. The rares would be, the 3 rares would be Wartortle, Charmeleon, Ivysaur. The ultra rares would be Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard. And then the number 11, the secret rare, would be Mewtwo. Or maybe 2 secret rare, Mew and Mewtwo? I don't know. If they did that, and let's say, oh god, if they made that Mewtwo like 500, that's 100k right there. Granted, if we have Omi to NFT, that's just gonna be bananas. It's gonna be insane. But again, I don't know if they would do that. I'm really curious, and honestly, part of the big issue that they might have is being able to say like, oh hey, how many mints are going to be, and I think they do want to have Omega NFT for this. Billy Bob Bitcoin says, I think Hot Wheels on Vivi would be massive. I think that would be massive too. Although that a lot of old school people collect Hot Wheels, old school people, and I think that's why comics really aren't that big as well. A lot of that is old school people. Star Trek and James Bond did not do so hot because it's a lot of old school stuff. Hot Wheels on Vivi would be massive. Mattel is really, and I like cars. I have the DeLoreans. I have the Ecto ones, so I would get it. Mr. Bob Doblino says Dashi has a YouTube profile pic. Maybe. As Pokemon is the most collectible out of anything. Yes. So me home, yeah. When we get more info on Pokemon, I'll start making things. I'll start making. I'll probably start making plans on what because again we could get the cards. I don't know. Jake Donnelly says if they sell boxes of Pokemon cards, would you open them or keep them sealed like they have in real life? I'd probably open most of them because again, if they do the cards, they would have to make an unlimited amount of decks, or unlimited amount of cards. They can't just say like, oh hey, yeah, they're only going to be 10,000 Charizards because you need like 2 if you're going to play Pokemon like the cards, and we're actually play the game. You need to have decks with multiple cards. You need to have like 4 Like if let's say you do a grass deck, you need to have like 4 Bulbasaur, like 2 to 3 Ivysaur, and 2 Venusaur. And you need to have like 4 Caterpie, you need to have 2 to 3 Metapod and 2 Butterfree. Scyther's really good, Kangaskhan is really good for drawing cards because it has fetch. You need, if you want to do a grass deck, that's what you need. A fire deck, same thing. The Charizard's really not that playable, but that's what you need. And you can't say there's only a certain amount of cards because then you just can't play the game. I think it would be a waste to be able to get the cards and not play the game. Just my opinion. Tom says, wow, that's worth 700k is probably 1 out of 10 with the rarest traits, so only 10 other people will have something this rare. If you're talking about the one that sold, yeah, the one that sold for 750, yeah, it was the 1 out of 10 of the rarest traits. So yeah, maybe 10 other people have something like that, but it's like, again, they all seem very, very similar. And is that the boomer in me talking? I don't know. Billy Bob Bitcoin says, the Funko Pop drops are easier to get, but the commons are only worth pennies in the market after, so I like Vivi much better. Yeah, that sucks. Bill Scott, what's going on? Says, someone offered me $100 for my gold mine plot in E2 today. Turn that shit down. Can't shake these diamond hands. Can't shake them. Flickerbed says, is there a story behind your FOBT? Forward operating base T? I don't, when I see, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Milham says, anyone else here in on Kobe's Walt blind box? Actually, I am. He gave me a free spot. The dude's amazing. I love him. Double C says, tomorrow comics thoughts. I think it's only 10,000. So I'm going to go live for the drop. in like 8 hours. I have to go live in 8 hours. Um, no, in like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10:30. Yeah, I got to go live in like 8.5 hours. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna try for it. Nick Brett says, "Hope all is the best for you. Seriously, you are the man, and your future will be amazing. Bless you, good sir, and good night, dude." Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you. That means a lot. We got Temple, a canvas to wear, says, "Thanks for your advice on getting something now rather than later. The feeling of working up to finally get my Steamboat Mickey was euphoric. Dude, good for you, mate. Happy for you." BK Ben says, "If you keep your OMI on Trust Wallet, are they going to swap it for you?" No. You will have to eventually put it towards an exchange or on the app. Me, Kevin Padawan says, "Was the Kazakh thing confirmed?" Yes. The airdrop's happening or just rumor? It's not happening yet. I don't know when. I think you do have to message. I forget. Scroll up on the comments so that they have it over there. But you could probably just tag a bunch of people on Twitter and someone will tell you. Callars has probably been answered, but how low will the crypto market go? I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball, but if people want to buy more, I hope it goes down more for them before it moons. Joe Giano said, "What I miss? 122, and I figure it was 56. So it's been about like an hour 40. Basically, I'm going to get a couple more Storm. I might sell my Harley Quinn to get it, but a Harley Quinn has to moon first, or not even moon. It doesn't need to go to like 30,000. I'd probably sell it before it got to 30,000. I don't know. I don't want to, because I part of my stupid monkey brain wants to like flex and think like, oh yeah, it's Harley Quinn. Like, and I get it. It's so cool to say only 500 people in the world, or like 460 people in the world, can ever get that Harley Quinn. But I don't. It is it's a very big flex. But I think Storm has a lot more potential in the future. Yes. Only player one says, "I don't understand Todd price stable or rising, but more on the market currently. 173 versus 110 when it was at 3.6K. Any thoughts?" Is there 173 versus 110? Take a look, see here. Yeah, it's 174 on the market. It's under $5,800, or about $5,800. And there's, I think it just went up so high, and now people are not. When a price goes high, let's say something goes to, let's say my secret rare alligator Lokis, that went to 1,700. Now they're down to 1,200. Am I going to sell now? No, because it was 1,700. So at some point, you have to think like, well, people are already buying up here. I'm not going to sell down here. I'm just going to wait for the price to go back up. Yeah. People saw it go up, and now people are listing it at that price. JP Lavoie says, "Hey, Randy, congrats on the show. Got the Druig number 41, and wondering what price you think this is worth. What are your thoughts on number 41 on collectibles? Not like that much." I'm not sure what Druig 41. I'm not sure what that is. If you can say what set that's from, I would 100% be okay with letting you know what I feel about it. I don't know what Druig is or means. Well, I got something from YouTube here. Every time I get something from YouTube, I think it's like someone buying one of my Pokemon cards, but it's not. Not on this one. KrepoBrooke says, "For next month, if given 10K, will you invest in Vivi or OMI?" Probably just. Next month we're probably going to be on exchanges, so at that point it'd probably have to be in Vivi, because OMI would start to moon. Jake Donnelly says, "If Vivi sells boxes of Pokemon cards, would you open them or keep them sealed?" Yeah, I would open them. David Gwynn says, "If you reference Funkos to Vivi, check out Loki Gator Funko." Ooh, he got a Funko? No, I don't have room for Funko Pops in my house, but Loki Gator Funko. Oh my god, this is adorable. Wait, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Gotta go to images. This is the cutest freaking thing in the world. Oh my goodness, look at it. Oh my, I want it. Now, I don't have a... Oh my heckin' goodness. Now, like I said, I don't have a, I don't have room, but that looks amazing. That looks so cool. I want one. Oh, I really do want one. Peter Vivi has bought 3 million Omi, and I'm already 500 USDT up. Buy the dip, boys. JP says Druid is in the Eternals. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So which one did you get? Got number 41. Oh, wow. Let's see what we got here. Druid in the Eternals, Marvel Mighties. Okay. Uncommon. 288. So figure 24. Let's say times 8. So let's say 320 for the sub. Let's say it was also another 30. So let's say 352 for the sub 100s would probably be close. So currently there is two. Or no, there's one. There's number 270 and number 71 that I think are undervalued. And then maybe, you know, over 1,000. Oh, wow. So you have, so you have number 41. That's you. That listed that there. That is... Okay, so hang on, JP. Let me get the... I'm wondering what price you think this is worth. Well, if you were looking to buy that, I don't think that is worth it. If you were to spend $3,500 on something, I would say spend $3,400 on number 41 rare Groot, and then take the other 100 and just save it. But yeah, this is... I don't... That is not... To me, that's not worth it. I don't think that's worth it. I think, yeah, number 46 is a little more properly rated, but even still, I think that's not worth it either. Maybe like 1,100-ish for sub 50, but like I said, I don't... It's not animated. I don't think it's worth it at that price. At least right now. Now, if we get gamified at some point, yeah, that definitely could be. Noah Rock says you rock, or Noah Will says you rock, Randy. Thanks, man. I'm gonna do one more Patreon member shout out, and that's gonna be it. What's the Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo. The trail leads back to you. What's the Scooby do? Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. What's the Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. What's the Scooby do? Ow, 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 ow. And then everyone, please check out Vivi Las Vegas, Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, Kyle Willson, Golden Assets, and Puddin' Cheeks on the YouTube, and at Not Star Helix, at Hey David Don, and at EQ_crypto on the Twitter. They're pretty great. Puddin' Cheeks has an amazing video out so far. Vivi Las Vegas is about to put out. When I say that, that sounds that sounds not right. And everyone else is fantastic. Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, Kyle Willson, Golden Assets. Everyone's goodbye to Dashi. Goodbye, Dashi. And we got one more. And GM says, what do you think about the last mint of each collectible? Like David, you say, I think is just amazing because the first one nobody could have, but the last one you could. Yes, I am very bullish on the last couple, like the last 5 or 6. I really like. Yeah. But everyone, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chats. I love you all. I'll be live in like 8 hours again for the drop. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, meow.